Hi guys, welcome to this week's video. Positive start to this week's video, no problems to report, been no flashing. The ulcer I had on that fish has completely healed up, so that's brilliant news. Yeah, everything is all going well for a change. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Anyway, in this week's video I've got a couple of changes I want to make to my moving bed. I want to change the outlet to it. I'll show you that in just a second. I've also got some more media to add to it. Possibly may have to upgrade the air stones as well. We'll see how it moves. Then later this week I'll be collecting my fish from the Byer Growing Show. Unfortunately, because of work I can't make it there on the day. I did have the day booked off, but obviously when they changed the date at the last minute, it meant I couldn't make it. So yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to be there to meet any of you guys, but I will be getting my Kohaku from there, so I'll show you that when I've got it. We'll have a little look, give it a measure up, and hopefully look forward to seeing it grow for the rest of the year. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who purchased some of the koi food. I've sold way more than I ever expected to. I think the 4.5 mil pellets sold out virtually straight away. I have got some more of them coming. Hopefully by the time you watch this video they'll be listed on the eBay page. The link will be in the description and the comments below. So if you do want some, get in and grab it quick. There's still some sinking in growth and wheat germ available if anybody wants some of that. And at the moment there's 1 or 2 bags left of other sizes in floating, but not a lot. So yeah, if you want some, grab it, because I think this will be the last lot of growth food I'll do this season, just because I've got stacks of it for myself. I'm not going to need any more, and it's getting a bit late in the year to be ordering another pallet in. Possibly I'll do some wheat germ when it starts cooling down. But yeah, if you want any more of that growth food, grab it quick before it runs out. Yeah, it's really appreciated. Really appreciate everyone who's bought some. And yeah, thank you for everyone who's watching these videos. So for those of you who've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I've got an IBC tank as my moving bed. A few of you will remember I've had real problems trying to get all this media to move. So I am going to be changing the air stones in there. I've got quite a lot of air going into it. There's a 75 litre per minute pump and a 40 litre per minute pump, both running on there. And I always seem to get some dead spots. If I move the air stones around, I can normally get it a little bit better than it is at the moment, but it's never perfect, and there isn't really that much media in there. But what I want to change today is where it draws the water back out into my pump. It draws it out from the outlet on the bottom of the IBC, but the way it's set up, the media just sticks to the cage that's on it. It does put a bit of back pressure on the pump, which obviously is not very good. And yeah, I just want to change that really. So this is what I'm going to put in. So it's a bit of a bodge of a load of different fittings that I had lying around, but there's sort of 110 mil pipe on the bottom of there, which I did last time. So I'm going to pop this rubber boot over the end of it, and I found these 2 old strainers I had kicking about. So I'm going to put that on there. Hopefully it won't put so much back pressure on the pump. This will all sit underwater, so you won't see any of this. So what I'm going to do is turn the air off, bag up the media, and get that put on. So I'm not sure whether you'll see this, but I've still got the pump running, and as you can see it kind of sucks all the media up against the outlet. So obviously it's putting unnecessary back pressure on the pump. Traps a lot of dirt in there as well. If I move all of that, it releases a lot of dirt back into the pond. If I turn the pump off quickly, you'll see that all come off. Oh. See, that all floats back up. Anyway, that's what we want to try and sort today. See all the dirt in this media. Look. That's all dirt that's gone through the drum, by the way. Right, okay, so this is a project I definitely wish I'd never started. I don't really know what to do from here. You can't see it because all the media's in the way. I'm going to have to net it out, but I can't fix that cage on the inside, and I can't get the old one back on either. So at the moment I can't turn that pump on, or it'll suck K1 and spit it all around the pond and probably break the pump. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet at the moment. It's about to, you probably can't see, it's about to absolutely chuck it down. I can hear thunder and lightning in the distance. This wasn't a good time to start it. I think I'm going to have to bag up all the K1 and leave it in the pond for a couple of days until I can work out what to do. I mean, the air source heat pump's going to have to go off. I'm sure they won't be very happy about that. At the moment I don't really know what else to do. It just doesn't work on that bottom outlet. I think what I'm going to have to do eventually is put a new hole through the side of the IBC and do it that way. But that's definitely not something I can do today. Right, well, this has got to be up there as one of the worst bodges anybody's ever tried to do. I can't get this pump back up and running because I can't stop the K1 from going through it. Luckily I've got a spare 10,000 litre an hour pump and a load of pipe. I don't have the right fittings or anything, and the cage it come with, the holes in it are too small to stop like the micro K1. It's these. Some of the media that I've got will go through there. Not the micro K1, but this stuff. It's quite thin, so if I just put that cage on, that could end up going in the pump. So anyway, I've not got the right fitting, so I've bodged it with the fittings and bits of pipe that I have. This is the best I could do today. I haven't got any solvent glue or anything at the moment. I opened the can up and it had all dried out, so I'm going to run that back to the pond, chuck this in the bottom of the IBC, and at least I can turn this pump back on and still get some flow going around to the moving bed chamber until I can work out what I'm going to do next. I think I might have to drill a new hole through there. Possibly I have got a blanked off hole through it on that side. I may tap into that, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to have a little think and get some new fittings ordered and some solvent glue. You know when you start a job and you just wish you hadn't bothered, should have just left it as it was. But get that in and get it running. That is awful. I can't believe I'm going to put that on there. Right, so the bodge pump is up and running. So it pumps it up and out through there. This is the only bit of cable I have. And for now, it's returning back into there. Not brilliant placement really because of where the skimmer is, but it'll have to do. I should have rinsed out this pipe first because there was a load of dirt sat in the bottom of the pipe, but I was in a bit of a panic to get it all done. Hey ho, you know, it's done now, it's in. Yeah, now I can have a bit of a think about what I'm going to do to sort this pump out. It means for now no air source heat pump, so fish are going to have to be cold for a few days. Well, not cold because it's July, but they were sat at 21 degrees, so I imagine it's going to drop down a few degrees. They all look a little bit miffed at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be alright. All their flow's coming from a different direction now, so I think they're a bit confused. Bloody hell, shouldn't have started it, but it needed doing. Yeah, I'm glad I had that spare pump. Yeah, it's too late in the day to have ordered any, gone out and got any fittings or anything like that, so at least I had that so I can keep the media alive. I'm going to flick the air pumps back on now. Right, so I'm just trying to work out what I can do with my moving bed. So it's all up and running on that temporary pump at the moment, but obviously I've not got my air source heat pump running, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unconnect it from this bottom outlet because there's nothing to fix on the inside of there, so I can't get a cage on there. So I think I'm not going to use that now. I may actually rig something up and use that as a waste valve, but yeah, what I'm going to do is take all this off. I've got the blanking cap on there. There's a ball valve on there, so that's not going to leak. You can see the water level in the IBC is actually only there, so it's only actually about half full. So it holds about 500 litres of water. That line there, that's how low the water level drops to once before it triggers a cleaning cycle. So what I'm thinking of doing is, so I can do this one-handed, mounting the pump that way, and then having a 90 straight into there, and then because I'll have it on a on a pipe the other side, I can put a proper cage or something on it. But I'm just going to have a little measure up and play about, sort of work out where I'd need to put a hole, order some fittings, and then I'll have to shut all the filtration to drain this IBC down, because there's no gate valve on that pipe on there to isolate it, which is a little bit annoying. And obviously at the bottom there, that's what feeds the wash pump for my drum. So if I leave the IBC with no water, then the drum can't clean. So it's all a bit of a faff, but we'll get there. Surprising amount of dirt inside there. I'll have to give that a quick clean. You know, considering that's after the drum filter. But yeah, we'll get something sorted. I want to get the heater back up and running, because I've been at 21 degrees since about March. I think they've dropped down to nearly 16 degrees now. It's been quite cold. Yeah, I want to get that heat back on. Right, so I think I should be able to should get away with this without having to make any serious modifications to the pipework. So I'll have the pump sat that way up. I've managed to reuse all the old fittings. This is a new 90 that I had, but there was enough pipe on there that I can glue that on there. I haven't got any glue at the moment, but and what I'm going to do is put a tank connector through there, so it's going to be well below the water level, and then we'll fit some sort of proper strainer cage on the inside. I'll have to have a little look what the best thing to use for that is, but yeah, I think it's going to work. I'm going to have to be a bit careful putting this tank connector in, because I've got absolutely zero margin for error there. If it's not lined up perfectly, it's not going to fit into that pipework run, but we'll give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? Right, so this is my first fish of a few that are getting moved on. This is one of my homegrown ones. It kind of wasn't a Sheba. It did have like a dark head and a couple of patches down its body, but the whole thing is, you know, it's virtually all gone black now. But you know, it's still a nice healthy fish, though it does have a slightly misshapen mouth. You know, only very slightly, it doesn't affect it. It's just over 30 centimetres now. It's a lovely clean fish, sort of nice and light on its belly, but it is, you know, virtually invisible in the pond. Yeah, it's a shame to see it go, because obviously I've grown this up from an egg, you know, to over 30 centimetres, but you know, I've got to make some room in the pond. I've got too many fish, and now they're all getting big now. Some of them have got to go. So yeah, I'm just giving this away because it is a little bit misshapen on its mouth. I don't know whether you can see that there. Its mouth kind of slopes that way. Yeah, just giving that one away to somebody. But yeah, there's still another couple I need to move on. I'll point them out to you in a minute. If anybody is interested, let me know. Right guys, so Sunday today. I've just got back from Byer Koi Farm. I had a fish for the growing show event that Andrew Daly from Koi Diaries was doing. Unfortunately, because of work, I couldn't make it on the day, which I was absolutely gutted about. You know, when they changed the days around, I couldn't get that day off. But yeah, I've just been down there today to pick up my fish. It needs another few minutes to acclimatise, and then I'll pop it in a bowl and let you have a quick look. Still got that temporary pipe work at the moment. There's not really a lot more I can do on that until I've got a few bits a few bits turn up, so I think that'll be in another video. We'll do this today and then we'll perhaps leave it there. But yeah, the fish are all doing okay. Water temperature's dropped a lot. A little bit cloudy in there at the moment, but I put some Koi Masters Advantage in yesterday, so that'll clear up in a day or so. But yeah, I think it was Adam that selected the fish for me because I wasn't there. I think I come out quite late in the draw, but still got what I think is quite a nice looking fish. Hopefully it'll grow well. But yeah, probably need to move a couple of fish on. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get a few moved on, make some space, and then get that heater fixed next week, get the temperature back up and try and get some food in them. Because I have had to really cut down on the amount I'm feeding them. Now the heater's been off, I think the water's dropped down to 17 degrees. And yeah, feeding them the amount I was before, my ammonia and nitrite was going up a bit. So yeah, I've had to back off quite a lot until I can get the heater running again. Right, so here it is. This is my little fish for the grow and show competition. Give it a proper measure up in a second, but I think the tags are 22 centimetres. It's quite a cool little fish. I think the Benny was not quite as dark as on some of the other ones, but it's still a really stunning fish. I'm quite pleased with it actually. Yeah, hopefully it's going to grow really well this year. Got a little red pip on its nose, so the missus has named it Rudolph. Yeah, I'll pop it in now and we'll see how it gets on. Yeah, I think considering how late I come out in the draw, that's yeah, it's a nice fish. I'm happy with that. You know, when I compare it now to some of my homegrown fry that I've got, some of the Kohakus, you know, the Benny quality and the skin quality is just, yeah, so much better on these than my homegrown ones. If you haven't been down to Byer Koi Farm, definitely recommend you go and have a look. They've got some really nice fish there. And some of the parent fish they've got are absolutely enormous. Some of the biggest koi I've ever seen. So fingers crossed this is going to grow as big as its mummies. Right, so the little grow and show fish is in the pond now. I'll leave it to settle down. I'm going to end this video here today, guys. Thanks for watching. I say if anybody does want any of that koi food, check the link below, because I think there is only a couple of bags left now, so you'll have to be relatively quick if you want any of that. I'll probably do some winter food later in the year, but yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. So yeah, next video, hopefully when I've got all the stuff I need to fix my moving bed, we'll get that sorted, and hopefully I'll have a little clip of this new fish feeding. There it is, just swimming behind the Shiro there. Yeah, definitely the smallest fish in the pond now. You see it next to those two, which are my homegrown Tosai, so probably around about the same age. Just shows you how big they actually are. But you know, obviously not the same quality as that fish. But yeah, there's a couple of these I do want to move on, so if anybody's interested, I don't really want much for them. Got this one here, again it's quite a nice fish, but I need to make some space. Bigger one just there as well. There's Benigoi, again needs to be moved on. Another Kohaku, and that one just there down at the bottom. Yeah, if anyone's interested in them, let me know. Need to make space. It's really hard to let them go, but yeah, after seeing those massive fish at Byer Koi Farm, I do think I want to sort of thin down the numbers that I've got and try and grow them all a little bit bigger. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll speak to you on the next one.